Hello and welcome to Whitney Alex Works' recap of The Bachelor Season 29. This time I'm recapping Episode 4 of Grant Ellis's journey as The Bachelor. Let's get started with this one. For the fourth week as The Bachelor, Grant and the 10 remaining women get to travel internationally and head to Madrid, Spain for their first destination outside of Los Angeles. The feeling of the group for the most part is positive, except Carolina, who is becoming increasingly annoyed that she is sharing Grant with 9 other women. Grant invites Dina, an attorney from Chicago, for a standard exploring the local culture single date this franchise offers on international trips. Grant and Dina then head off and end up doing a variety of local activities like playing soccer or football, traditional dancing, writing wishes about their futures, as well as rowboating. Dina admits that she can be seen as an ice queen and wants to show Grant her softer side. So when it's time for the dinner portion of the single date, Dina opens up about being one of 11 children and how she is motivated and ambitious to be a giver and provider in a relationship as she wants to support her future family. Grant is impressed with Dina and tells her that he can see a future with her, and then proceeds to give her a rose, securing her another week. We then switch our focus to the group date of the week, which has 8 women invited on it. Carolina from Puerto Rico will be the focus of the drama this week, as she is vocally upset about going on a group date after she just had a single date last week. So when the group meets up with Grant and Chinchon, they get to ride donkeys, and then they head to an arena where they are going to learn to be matadors for the day. The women practice with Grant as the bull, where Latia is brave enough to steal a kiss, which upsets the other women, but mostly Carolina, who was not happy about being on a group date and isn't shy about sharing her displeasure with everyone. So after warming up, the women get dressed up and have a friendly competition, and the goal is to ride a mechanical bull, and whoever holds on the longest gets more time with Grant. And so the women, one by one, try their best to hold on for the longest, but Alex impresses the crowd with her special grab, as she, let's just say, inspires Zoe to copy her. So with Alex's innovation, Zoe is the one who ends up winning the competition and gets more time with Grant, sharing more kisses and precious moments together. For the after party, Grant and the women head to a formal setting where standouts include Grant gifting Parisa a rock, citing that she likes to collect rocks from wherever she goes. Rose gets a chance to connect with Grant, especially after last week's drama with her and Carolina, and they discuss that the situation last week set them back, but it seems they still want to move forward as they share a kiss together. Zoe stands out more as she shares with Grant about her struggles growing up in Virginia and facing racial issues and reasons for her struggles in love. She also shares that she is stoic because of the way she grew up, and she does want to continue to open up to Grant about her feelings for him. This emotional moment touches Grant as he comforts her and reassures Zoe that he is developing feelings for her. But the romance is put on hold because Carolina's struggles are affecting the entire group. She vocalizes her doubts about the process, and her relationship with Grant is questioned by the women. But it's Juliana, who has not experienced a single date yet, decides to pull Carolina and confronts her about her negativity and her comments about the process. Carolina is, well, I'll put it nicely, inconsiderate, and puts her walls up immediately and doesn't take any responsibility for her negative behavior affecting the group date. So with these two now at odds, it's wild that once semi-maybe villain Zoe is now telling Carolina that she is the problem. So Zoe's not the target anymore for the women, it's Carolina, and the women try to come to an understanding about why Carolina is making such a scene every date. Carolina then gets emotional, but then Grant shows up, and instead of giving out a rose, he has to talk to Carolina, who is crying, only for him to try and reassure her that he sees a future with her. But the tension gets even more intense as Grant comes back and announces that he will not be giving out a group date rose because he has to think about things. Next is a single date with Grant and Serafina, an associate media director originally from Connecticut. She is invited on another adrenaline-induced themed date where Grant drives her out to a bridge where they are going to jump off together. It's raining and it's slightly dangerous as Grant and Serafina have to sign a waiver, just in case something goes horribly wrong. But as we watch this date, it's hard not to ask, didn't we just see this last episode? Short answer, we did, but this time Grant is taking a leap of faith with Serafina Serafina in the rain, and they do so, sharing kisses as they thoroughly enjoy the adrenaline jump together. For the dinner portion, Serafina opens up about her family and growing up with a single mother and not having a relationship with her father. Grant tells her that he admires her calmness and confidence and that he can see a future with her. Again, I had to stop and think about all this so far. It's really hard to tell who Grant truly likes, as he keeps saying that he can see a future with a lot of the women, but he ends up kissing Serafina and gives her a rose, securing her another week. With all the dates completed this week, it's time for a major upheaval as the drama is taking center stage and it's taking no prisoners. The mood, not good, and the culprit is Carolina again. Grant shows up and asks to speak to Juliana about Carolina. She tells him the truth, telling him what Carolina has said about the relationship and expresses her doubts to the women about Grant. Grant, who likes Juliana, ends up kissing her after she tells him these things about Carolina. Well, now what? It's hard to tell since Grant is pretty hard to read. He then pulls Carolina and confronts her about her doubts, but she shares that she does care about him, and because she cares about him so much, she is acting like this. So nice save, Carolina. And it's wild that Grant is seemingly all over the place with this drama, and Dina, who has a rose, shares that she can understand what Carolina is going through, having a strong connection with Grant and then seeing him go on dates with other women. They even share a hug, which has the other women upset that once again, Carolina is the focus of the night and has stolen the attention and time away from everyone else. This even prompts Rose, who speaks up and confronts Carolina about how she stoked the drama last episode by telling Grant about what she thought was information told in confidence and says that, quote, Carolina did her dirty. This realization prompts Rose to speak to Grant about her leaving because the drama got in their way of developing a genuine connection. And then Rose decides to self-exit, suddenly leaving 9 women remaining. Rose ceremony number 4. With Dina and Serafina safe, Grant calls Latia first, then Juliana, Alex, Zoe, and the last rose goes to Carolina. 7 women remain. Week 4 exits were Natalie, a PhD student from Kentucky, and Parisa, a pediatric behavior analyst from Michigan. And that's it for week 4 of Grant Ellis's season of The Bachelor. Thank you for watching Whitney Alex Works' recap of The Bachelor season 29, episode 4, week 4. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe here for more videos in the future. See you soon for the next episode.